The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent, including Olas Media.
Olas Media.
I am your host, Mr. Wowzer. We are the Dodi Connection. Today, we are going to be talking about some very, very deep topics that I feel is going to touch your soul, as well as recommend you to some great products from Cold Fire Extracts and True Classics, True OG. Trust me, it's going to hit you hard.
Wow.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of any entities they represent, including Olas Media.
Olas Media.
I am your host, Mr. Wowzer. We are the Dodi Connection. Today, we are going to be talking about some very, very deep topics that I feel is going to touch your soul, as well as recommend you to some great products from Cold Fire Extracts and True Classics, True OG. Trust me, it's going to hit you hard.
Wow.
Anyadin Wagwan Mishir Panya section of Bambaraz Klats. I'm back with another special episode of TDOC. I am your host, Mr. Wowzer. Now, before I get into all the extra and all of what I usually do, this is a very special episode for a lot of reasons. One, we're implementing things from season 2 into this final episode for Cold Fire. I know. I'm sorry. I had to give anticipation. Secondly, I got 2 special guest hosts. The first one is a queen of media. Very honored to even introduce her. Risa, how you doing, girl?
Thank you. So sweet. Yes, I am Kenna Risa. Risa for short. It's like Lisa, but with an R.
Hello.
Just for the memory.
And we also got OGKB. She is an innovative and powerful woman within this cannabis space. Shout out to the Kush Babes and Dime industry.
Hey, everybody. What's up? We got OGKB on the 2s and 3s. My name's Safi. I own a cannabis staffing and apparel brand called the OG Kush Babes. We have been in business for 5 years, and I have been in the industry for 12. So thank you for having me on the podcast, and I'm so excited to be here with Riza and MJ and everybody else.
Free MJ. I'm just playing. Yeah, we're missing her. That's the last guest host I forgot to tell y'all about. We're missing her. I can't wait to have her voice on air. But 2 is better than 1. Hey.
Together
At last.
Hello. Yes, Lord. Let me give a special shout out to my sponsors, Cold Fire Extracts. Thank you for giving me this opportunity and everything that's happened with this show so far since last year. Steve, you my guy. Shout out to Dodi. Shout out to March and Nash. I'm going to take it to a very special record from a new project that came out today. Halloween. Yes, I'm going to date it. It's called Jinkies.
Jinkies.
Shout out to Velma. Yes. Jinkies. It's called Doing Good with my cousin King Rockman. Let's go.
Let the beat rock.
Woke up this rise, feeling oh so player. Looked up in the mirror, seen the president and the mayor. Diamonds on me, they glared. Looking over, she stared. So I hit her with her, like my name Ric Flair. Back to back with Rock Mine from Dago to the Bay. I blew a quarter through a jig and now I feel like Mac Dre. Baby love to twerk and shake her ass on cardio day. Slid it in her girl when we was in her body, oh hey. Wow, thought I turned up on another level. The way I walked down on the op, I deserve a medal. Baby got so much ass, had to pick one cheek up with a shovel. Had a double back on a slim tip bitch cause my time on devil. Slap, bow, yes I'm that guy. Feeling like I'm with giraffe's pussy cause I'm that high. Yeah, told me that a poom tighter than life. Make I get stiff for ya all night.
Yeah, bitch, we up outside, we up all night. I don't know what you want, smoking gas, get me right. Yeah, I'm on little baby cause her pussy looking tight. So we take it to the crib, beat it down, fight right. I don't know why you outside, boy, you can't fight. MDA got me turned up for about 4 nights. Bet not, let me fuck your bitch. I'm gonna get it right. Bitch put her legs on me like she about to ride a bike. Bitch slurp me up like a Sprite, you know what I like. A nigga feeling hella hot tonight, might just fuck a dyke. Bitch, I'm coming hella fly tonight, yeah, I'm like a kite. I'm feeling like a big dog tonight, can I take a bite? I'm tryna build my own
Wowzer is an astronaut, I just took off to the moon. Cannon, bring the cannon for these Nickelodeon dudes. It ain't my fault your bitch steady sending me pictures and nudes. Smash, smash, smash when I press on the gas, bitch. Fast, 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 how I run into the cast, bitch. Class, 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 I'm the type to whip a whole brick. Class, 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 big brain the way she suck dick.
I don't care what she try to tell me, holla at her really.
Seen her booty on Instagram, shaking like jelly.
Tryna play with her pussy cat, see if it's Millie.
I'm the type to smooth cold cut her ass like a deli.
Yeah, big we up outside, we up all night. I don't know what you want, smoking gas, get me right. Yeah, I'm on little baby cause her pussy looking tight. Tryna take her to the crib, beat it down, fight right.
Welcome back to TDOC. I'm your host, Mr. Wowzer, back with Cannabis and OGKB cough drop segment. We're here.
Hello, hello.
Now we'll be right back. We got to pay some bills, right? But we'll be right back after this. Wow.
Cold fire extracts. It's amazing. The taste is great, clean and pure. It's loud like flour and it's super tasty. It has great effects and a long-lasting buzz. This is why Cold Fire is currently the #1 go-to vape in the cannabis space. Cold Fire Extract scored a high 95 from thehighestcritic.com because of its standard of greatness in every category. Even compared to solvent list, this is almost equalish, but it is definitely better than solvent list. Now go ahead and light up that Cold Fire Extract, yeah?
This shit ain't how you know.
Welcome back, you guys. Now, look, I got a special segment to introduce, man. It's called Simping for Anime. Yes, listeners, Simping for Anime. The purpose of this segment is to give you, the listener, the best of the best in this highly popular genre. Let's go.
And I am a big advocate for anime. Me, Cannabis here, I love anime. So I think it's sometimes a little intimidating for people. It's a lot of series, it's accents, it's caption reading. I'm here to make it a little smoother for you. So I got some animes for you. The first one being Avatar. And no, I am not talking about the blue people. I am not talking about these blue people, although that movie is good. I love that movie too. If you haven't seen it, watch it. But back to the anime, Avatar, The Last Airbender, about the flying kid. A lot of people have seen it in the live action form now. It's really popular, but I highly, highly recommend that you watch the anime version. It is not spoiling anything for you. It is actually 10 times better. They even make fun of the live action prior to even spoilers, my bad. But the next one is a little bit more easier, I guess. It's a little bit more digestible in a sitting time. It's like a movie. It is Belle, and it is based off of that good old story that you know. It is based off of Beauty and the Beast and like that beautiful storytelling kind of sense that you're familiar with. But it's got some really crazy twists to it, beautiful aesthetics. And it's got a great review on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh.
So certified fresh. I can guarantee it.
And I've seen it on the hard copies right here.
I got the hard copy for the studio because I had to let you know. That rhymed. I like that. I should be freestyling with
She's
you.
bougie too, guys. You got the Blu-ray.
Oh,
yes.
you gotta have the Blu-ray.
Edition.
Yes, collector's edition. It is immaculate. Like if you're gonna see something fresh, you got to see it fresh on the screen, you know?
Especially from Rotten Tomatoes, okay? Anything that's on Rotten Tomatoes rated high.
This movie made me cry, and it could have been the weed, but it could have been me, too.
How much weed did you smoke, be honest? Just one, two?
Like 3 blunts.
Okay, that's
3 blunts deep.
that's
and
cry
like,
moments,
you know, like you feeling you're in touch with your emotions.
Yes.
And I'm always in touch. I'm a Cancer.
that.
I'm always in touch with my emotions.
Yeah, I got Cancer moments.
I'm blaming the weed.
Look, you know what's fucked up about that? We be hitting about our emotions, right? Like, we think a lot. Like, was I too loud? Was I too much?
Like you trying to hide your tears and like, am I too?
So I can do too much sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and I love my Sages. I love my fire signs. I love all my signs. But yes, I know about the too much.
Yeah. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm very sorry.
Never be sorry about your too much. That's what got you here.
Great job on the recommendations as well.
No,
pat yourself on the back. I can't wait to hear more.
Thank you. Which shoulder?
Hello. Which shoulder? The right one.
The right one. Right hand over your heart. Left hand over your shoulder.
Left.
I'm hugging myself at this point. I need that too. Oh no, I'm crying again. No.
Well, look, we're going to take it to our special guest right after this. Let's go.
Wowzer. I'm on go. Yeah, it's about that. I'm with special guests and we. You know, right after that is by. Oh God. Hey, you know that it's about that. It's time for our special guest.
Welcome back to TDOC. I'm back with Cannabis and OGKB. So look,
Hello.
Hey.
I have to introduce my very, 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 very special guest. Powerful women in numbers of spaces of industries. It's countless things that they've done to contribute to a lot of areas and also their own entrepreneur venues. It's an honor to introduce Tess and Nori. Smoke Sesh Entertainment. What's good?
We outside, we inside.
How you guys doing today? How was the ride?
Good, eventful.
Very
Very eventful.
So sorry about the traffic.
The traffic, the fire. I had a blunt. I had to stay lit.
Oh, God.
She had that fire during the fire.
Fire on fire.
Fire on fire. That's a crime. You know that? I'm just playing. So I got to ask you this, right? Let's get to the meat of this. So how was life growing up for the both of you?
Wow. Life was pretty good. I grew up, partly in San Diego, partly in Texas, in suburbia. So it was a little different for me because being native, growing up in a suburban area, it's a little different. So I was teased and ridiculed a lot.
Sorry about that.
Went through a lot of tough times for that. But all in all, a good, upbringing, great family. Moved here when I was a teenager.
What part of Texas?
Houston.
Oh, wow.
H-Town,
South
baby.
side or north side?
North side.
Nice. Okay, you was in the country. Okay. Yeah.
I love
By
that.
Mo City and all that, right?
No, not Mo City, but you know
okay.
about that.
Oh, yeah,
no,
I got
I'm
family out
Spring,
there.
Texas.
Oh, nice. Okay. Yeah, nice. Tess?
Oh gosh. So I'm also a country girl, but raised by bikers.
I didn't know that.
Bikers,
You
yeah.
from the country?
Yeah, Calaveras, NorCal,
Oh,
the Redwoods,
okay.
miners,
Right.
yeah. So my grandfather founded there. So family, very, very important. Family name, very important. Lots of bright days and dark nights, as you can imagine. Being raised by the HA is a little crazy. But what I can say is that family unit of both sides was incredible for me. I felt very protected. Even in dark days, I still felt very protected. So I'm very protective of the people around me. That's something that carries over into my everyday life.
Is there anything that like you always hold dear as a memory from back then, having both of all those protections around you?
Just being a protector, I feel, that carries over into my everyday life. Making sure family is first.
Nice.
Your chosen family and your blood family's first.
Nice.
You got to stand on your name.
Hello. And stand on business.
All right.
So I do wonder, when did you guys fall in love with cannabis?
Ooh. The first time I smoked, I was probably 12 years old. I had an older sister, and she was like, "You want to get high one night?" And I'm like, "What is that?" So we got into her boyfriend's stash and rolled a joint, and the
Was it a
rest
pretty
is
joint?
history. It was actually a nice joint. It was a big joint. I was little, so everything was big for me then. But the one thing I do remember is that we ate 2 gallons of ice cream, and I was like, dang, that was some good
Fire.
Yeah. 2 gallons of ice cream.
12-year-old and
high.
Do you remember the ice cream? What was the
Cookies
ice
and
cream?
cream.
That's what it is.
Bluebell.
that.
I
Bluebell.
wouldn't stop
Cookies
eating a
and
pint
cream.
of that
You know
not
about
high.
Bluebell?
Yeah.
Really going to Texas.
But that was my first experience with it, and that was good. And, from there it went on, because I suffer from ailments and stuff like that. But I think my true passion came when about 16 years ago I got very ill and got really sick, was bedridden for a little bit. I was diagnosed with lupus. And at that point, they had me on so many different medications that I couldn't function, was bedridden, couldn't go to work. Life was not looking good. And I ended up calling my caregiver, which was Bert from another dispensary.
I know Bert.
You know Bert.
Yeah.
Awesome, Bert.
Wow.
I called
You do
Bert.
too, OGKB.
Bert came to my house, and he brought me a bunch of medicine. I asked him, what do I need? What do I do? They're telling me I need to take all these pills, and I'm not happy with that. My quality of life was terrible. And I'm not big on pills. I do not like pharmaceuticals. So at that point, he brought me a lot of stuff. I told him what was going on, and he educated me and told me about all the medicine, the CBD, the tinctures. This is when CBD first came out. It really got me out of bed, off the medication. I was able to go back to work, get up, and at that point I went to work for the tribe, and I never looked back. And at that point, I became passionate about it because I saw the potential
As a medicine.
and how it helped me with my ailments and stuff and got me back up, got my life back, got everything. I wanted to scream it from the mountaintops, like what it did for me. I wanted to share that with everybody. So at that point, I went to work for the tribe, and that's how we ended up getting into the industry. And I led a project for them, and
That's amazing.
that's when I first became passionate about it.
Amazing.
What about you, Tess?
Oh gosh. Well, weed was always like in the garden between the tomatoes. And then I
completely different
literally, yeah. My mom was like, "Get out there and water the garden." I was like, "All right, mommy, sure, let me do my job," you know. And then I was a naughty kid because I told about the plants. And then my aunt was like, came in crying one day, and she was like, "It's all gone." And I was like, the tomatoes are there.
The sunflowers.
And I realized, like, I broke the seal and told my homies down the road, like, "Hey, look what we got in the garden." And they, like, raided and took my aunt's plants.
Oh, my God.
I was little.
And you didn't know because it was normalized for you. It's in the
Yeah.
garden.
Like, it wasn't like a
know.
secret. Like, don't
Exactly.
tell anyone.
I knew after that. Right? Trust. You know, when the year's work is gone.
Right.
But I was never a stoner in school. I was an athlete and a super student, and
Same.
it really mattered to me. I told you I had that little dark life at home. So for me, the only place I could be was at school. So I did it all. Anything I could do, every club I could do, every academic club,
you
like
there.
anything in sports. I was a baseball player. So it was like really important for me to play softball and be like at that like championship level, just diving, because we're such a small community. We didn't have a lot, you know, and that was one thing that we had in our school. So it wasn't until I was 22 when somebody was getting high, really high, and I was like, it kind of makes me go to sleep. I'm not into it. And he was like, well, because you think it's a sedative, you're not realizing it's an altered reality. And I was like, I like altered realities. Like, come on.
Let me taste that. What you talking about?
Right. So we got blazy, and then sat and stared at a fish tank. And I think we probably told the story of Nemo. We might have wrote it.
Oh, my God.
All these little fish had characters and names, and I laughed my ass off. And I was like, wait, I could do dishes high, and they ain't so bad.
Yeah,
I could fold laundry, and it ain't so bad.
Yeah.
So I dove into it not being a sedative. I really seek it being an altered reality and more of a mindset that I want to be in, achieving that Irie state. Getting in that
Would you
vibe.
say that dipping your toes into so many things in high school and then finding weed, did you think that that kind of helped you collab in the industry and entertainment and just like touching upon a bunch of different things?
Great question.
Well, probably just because I want to be the best.
100%.
I've just always have wanted to be the best.
100%.
The best at everything. I was the best athlete. I was the best super student. I'm the best friend.
That's what counts.
I want to be the best. And it's just always been something in me. And especially because when you're raised in that environment, a biker environment, sometimes I was told I was an accident and I was a mistake. And it was my auntie who was the stoner who made sure I knew every day that my life was absolutely
Something. It's meant.
an intention. That I was meant to achieve things and I was meant to be different from everybody in our family. And she just lifted me constantly. Just, you are the best. You are different. You are the best. You are different.
That's
And
beautiful.
that's everything I think that I live and dwell in, you know, always. And then I see it and I recognize it in other people. I don't care what you say about you because I'm going to see you. I'm going to see you for what I see, and you're the best. And I'm going to remind you that you're the best. And I'm going to remind him he's the best. And she knows she's the best.
No, I love meeting women like yourselves because, you know, you guys are like mentors to me. You're women that have been doing in the industry what I'm doing now and what I'm, you know, just started doing 5 years ago. You've been doing for years. So it's awesome to see you making it and doing it.
Thank you,
and
babe.
giving me that
Yes,
like
queen.
assurance and working with me, I will say.
And we see you out there. We see you doing your job, girl.
So thank
I know, and big ups to you because
To the OG KB.
Thank you. Yes, Tess actually plugged me with a videographer for our Cushion movie event this past weekend, and they both graciously graced us with their presence too. So I was so happy that you guys made it because I know you had a busy weekend at Kush Stock and all that jazz. So about that, like, what really inspired the content and production side of what you do? Like, how did that come about?
Well, I think it's all of the lanes that I've walked in. On a spiritual level, I don't believe in failure. It was one thing before my beloved mother left me. She always said there's no fail. We are born with something to do, but there's no roadmap to do it. So when you fail, it's just your detour in life telling you you're in the wrong direction. And it hurts, but sometimes you got to make a hard right when you want to go left, you know? So I was an amazing cultivator. I was, I could walk in anywhere with as many people as I wanted. I was recognized, but I would have only stayed the voice of my farm.
Tokyo OG.
Tokyo.
I needed to hear that today too. Like,
that's the story that we need to get into too. That's another one. Yeah.
That's very motivating.
So even on the day of my raid, there's a picture where I'm laying on the floor after like everything is gone from my new, $1 million facility, pharmacopoeia. You could eat off the dang floors. It was so beautiful. But there's a picture with me face down, and people think I'm crying in it. But it was the first time that I really dove into just surrender. Because if I'm not supposed to be the voice of this farm, what am I supposed to be the voice of? For what you do and what you do and what he does and what she does? Because that's what I'm good at. I'm good at recognizing what other people do really well. So,
and helping them grow.
Yeah, and I was already in entertainment. Luckily, I built a huge adult entertainment company behind the cameras. But it was very much about female empowerment. It was a dark day in adult entertainment. It was going towards a kind of gritty, dark road. And we became a place where women could come and feel safe. You don't need to audition, honey, because I could hit play. You don't need to come in here and audition. Let's just get to work. Let's do our job and let me celebrate you. And if you don't like what you see in yourself, I'm going to find something that I like about you. So that all started with me in that entertainment space.
But it makes sense why you move with that prowess. Like, I recognize, because that is an area where you have to recognize greatness in you. That's amazing. Continue. I'm sorry.
Thank you, Deontay.
That's
I
amazing.
appreciate you.
Yeah.
So those lanes all kind of came together. It's like, okay, I've lost my farm. I walked away from adult entertainment to become a cultivator. But that adult entertainment company was very specific about their branding. So we were meta tagging when there was no hashtag.
You're right.
I was learning from script writers in Prague. The owners of the company wanted us to be the best that we could be. So again, that resonates with me, right? Be the best, empower women. Be the best, empower women. So that just carries over. So for me, Smoke Sesh is just all of those things coming together.
Combined.
Where I can build this field of dreams and no one's going to take it away from me. And now I have this super powerful female next to me.
Hello.
Nori, what is your role with the production side of things?
Well, I come from, photography and media. That was my major. So for me, that was always my dream, being in media. I wanted to travel the world and be a photographer for National Geographic or Surfer Magazine, so that was my dream. I never got to live that dream. Things in life happen. And growing up, we're always told, oh, you can't do that. You're too small, or you're female, or you can't do that.
Too big.
That's for men, that's for boys. That was always told. And I was always told these things, and now I'm to the point where I'm just tired of people telling me what I can't do, and I'm going to do what I want to do. So, I'm going to live my dream. And, we linked up, and it's funny because many years ago, I tried to start a cannabis station as well. And the group that I was with, it just never worked out. And so years later, I link up with Tess, and we both have the same vision. So we met literally at Don Carlos concert, smoking a joint, dancing, and we just we're like, oh
Kept
my God,
dancing.
I love
We
you.
never stopped dancing.
And we haven't stopped dancing together since. So
You just felt that like
Meet your
twin
best
vibe. I
friend.
get a very twinning vibe.
Yeah.
The energy was literally pulling you guys
Yeah.
together.
Oh,
yeah.
We need
well,
to
and
meet.
she's such a
too.
rock. Like, she's such a rock, and I'm such a kite. I'm literally like, I need a string that holds me down. She's like, Mama T, can you get your ass back over here? I'm like,
Oh my
honey, I'm
God.
trying.
I'm like, Raiden hurt.
Yep, I hear
Yeah. But so business development, she's done just so many things. And then with the tribe, she equally went through a sheriff raid where the sheriff came on native land and cut plants, like cut and ask questions later is a
They're
big
allowed to
thing.
do that?
That's what I was
No,
gonna
they're
say.
not allowed.
That's not.
No.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
They do
what?
that though.
We were
How
the
do you-
first Native American tribe to try to get into the commercial industry. I ran that project for the tribe. We were in the heart of Mendocino.
Yeah.
It was a big project. I was on national media. Like, it was a big deal. They did
Yeah.
like an
That's where
8-page
it
write-up
originated.
on it, the 8 stories, like
Yeah.
in Sacramento Bee and things like that. But I think it was mostly a political thing. You know, they were still very racist up there against Native American tribes.
Oh,
and
wow.
it's not a good thing. But I think a lot of people were threatened by us. There was a political thing that went on. He said this, one said that. And the next morning, you know, I come to the tribal office and there's 50 sheriffs sitting out there with 3 wood chippers.
The moment you fall down and cry when they cut you a plant.
Yeah, and I'm coming around the corner to my office, and I'm like, "Oh my God, what is happening here?" And Tom Allman, the guy that you see on all the documentaries, is standing in the middle of the street, going like this to me, and he's like, "I'm sorry, Nori, but we got to come in today, and we're gonna chop all your plants down." I said, "You know, you don't have jurisdiction on the reservation," and you know, he starts quoting, "Well, according to PL 215, I do," and I'm like, "No." You don't, but I had to let him in and do it anyway. I had to watch him wood chip 800 of my plants that we were about to harvest, and I cried.
I'm like gonna cry right now.
I cried.
I would have
literally
recorded
cried.
that and been like, "No, you're going on World Star, something else.
Yeah.
You're getting blown
Yeah,
up."
we need
Me and
internet support.
Yeah,
We
for
need
real.
internet support.
Well,
And my
again,
whole
which is something
cultivation
you didn't
team had
have
to
back
watch
then.
that, and we literally were in tears.
I'm so sorry
Yeah.
about
That's
that. but-
painful.
But those similar
Yeah.
lanes that we had,
Brought you guys
even
together,
before
right?
knowing each other, it was like the music brought us together.
Yeah.
Which is so prolific in both of our lives. Music
Yeah.
is a healer as much as cannabis, you know. So Smoke Sesh is really about that, the celebration of the lifestyle and culture of music and cannabis together.
Do you guys remember getting ready for that night before you even met each other? Like getting ready and like, yeah, we're gonna go enjoy some music, like
Well,
separately.
yeah, because I was with my bestie and she was with her bestie. And so my bestie's like, "Come on, we're gonna see DC," and I'm like, "I'm always down." Yeah, and then
He's my
we met,
favorite, yeah.
and it was
I love Don Carlos, and I had my hat on, and then she was with some friends of mine that I knew, and we all linked up, and then, you know, of course, every 5 seconds I'm lighting a joint, so this one's joining in.
she's lighting it, I'm smoking it.
I like her style.
Right? Keep 'em lit, baby.
Like the weed you smoke is very all right. I can take some of that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can partake.
So
Yeah.
my question for both of you guys is, with a new age in and of media for women, how has that helped your entrepreneurial view with Smoke Sesh Entertainment?
Good question.
Because it changed a lot. I mean, I come from a era where like a video vixen was utilized the whole year. She was in magazines, where now there is no video vixen. It's like it's so many other avenues to be an entrepreneur, especially within media.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah.
Well, I just think that Smoke Sesh is going to help open that door for other women. You know, it's like Smoke Sesh is a field of dreams. It was never even about us doing our own podcast. It's videos, visuals, podcasts, and interviews. But for everybody else to come, it was like, if I build it, they're going to come, right? And we're uncensored. So it's like, you know, my girlfriend, Jordan Jade. So it's like Jordan breaking out from being just a cultivator. I should not say just, that's such a huge, but a cultivator, having her own CBD strain, to now leveraging into being like one of the baddest women in the Bay Area.
Yeah, as far as music goes, she's a rap artist. And
Lincoln and
Strain
connecting and
yeah.
yeah, amazing. But I think for me, it's just that carryover into being able to help other women become their best
And get out there.
Yeah, opening their entire potential.
It's not just a man's world anymore.
And get out there,
Exactly.
and get out there in not such a sexualized way.
Exactly. That's the main takeaway that I wanted to write, because it can look like it's supposed to only be like that. I got a daughter I'm raising, so I'm already knowing that's not the only avenue.
And that's
And don't ever let anybody tell her she can't do something.
Oh, of course. I'm
I
her
heard
dad.
that so much
tomorrow.
growing up.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm her dad. Yeah.
You know, I catch myself with that with my stepdaughter, you know, because she'll say outlandish things and I want to be like, no, you can't do that. You could do that.
See, yeah.
Just maybe when you're a little older, like, you know, like trying to just take that out of your vocabulary, because when you are just told that so much your whole life, you don't even realize your subconscious, it comes out.
Our words are
Yeah.
spells.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Our
I
words are
didn't
spells.
realize
We have to be
that. And I
careful.
realized that in, retrospect, when I was, taking all this in and starting this journey with her, I realized, wow, that's crazy. Like all my life I've been told, oh, you can't do this because you're female, or you're too small, or you're too this. And I'm like, why am I living a life that everybody else expects of me and not live the life that I expect of myself and live my dreams and my aspirations that I've always wanted to do. So here we are.
And I think back to Deontay's question, I think that what's really important is that we're Smoke Sesh, but we're also the cannabis queens. So I really, really respect women, that are working in the industry and have a voice. That you're beautiful, but you have a brain, and making sure that we just open all those avenues to help everybody in their lane of success.
Nice.
Exactly.
Nice.
And priding yourselves on being women that are knowledgeable in the cannabis space.
Exactly.
And you've been around, you've been here, you've been doing the work.
And I can smoke you guys under the table.
Challenge accepted.
They did call me Snoopy when I went to the Caribbean. I was like, Snoopy. They're like, you're like a little Snoop Dogg, girl. You smoke more weed than any woman I ever saw.
Yeah, real irony.
Roll another one.
Right? If there's not one in rotation, then something's wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
I must be asleep.
Like, it's nap time.
So, Nori, I want to ask you, what's the most challenging thing about being a woman of power in media?
Oh, I think the most challenging most challenging thing about it is actually being a woman. That is the hardest part of it, being that woman that people can look up to
And take seriously.
and and take seriously. I started out in 1998 as a realtor in La Jolla, and I was never taken seriously. People look at you and they think you're just inexperienced, you're too young, you don't know what you're talking about.
And you're fine.
You're beautiful.
It was a challenge. And it was
Like, damn, she's too cute to have a brain. Oh, honey, come here and let's talk.
But I like challenges. So I've always done things that are a little more difficult. I got in the mortgage industry after that, started a mortgage company. I mean, I've done a lot of things. I ran development companies for a development project. So I've always had roles of power, and I think that prepared me for a lot of it. When I went to work for the tribe, I represented a tribal nation. I traveled the country, and I had to represent them in economic development. I had to speak in front of county supervisors and things for projects that we were doing. And as a woman and as a Native American woman, it's always the hardest thing, because people look at you like, they don't want to take you seriously. They don't think that you're smart enough or that you're educated enough, but I am.
I think that's unfortunate. That's a hurdle still for women.
It is.
It is.
And I hope that's something that, we all seek more to break through in this industry, especially.
Yeah. I mean, it's other industries too. It got to be a collective effort all around, right? You can still have evil, but it got to be good to balance it out. Like, okay, I got a lot of evil right here. Can I see some good just to balance it out? Make sure, right? My daughter needs avenues, okay? It can't just be evil.
Well, that's why I think it's important to have women-owned and operated businesses like that, because then other women in business that are seeking other women in business they find them, and they create that partnership, much like me and Tess did. And I'm like, hey, I need a videographer. I know by hitting up a fellow woman in the industry, no offense to men at all in general, it's
But that's how empires are built. That's exactly
it's a
how empires are built.
comfortability. Exactly.
Right,
That's a great
right.
word. It's a comfortability, and it's more it's a trust, and sometimes it's hard to trust new people in this industry, and you don't really know their intentions.
Exactly.
But if it's woman-owned and operated, another woman-owned and operated business going to another woman-owned and operated business, you kind of already have that expectation of, okay, I'm not going to be judged. I'm
seen as a human.
Yes, I'm seen as a human and as an equal.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is the toughest part, that when I say taken seriously, it's like that you're not looked at and just like, oh, you're
equality.
just a woman, It's like, no, I want you to take me seriously as a human being, as somebody that has a brain and not just a sexual object.
But that's why I like this subject, and I'm glad to get it on air today, especially being in the cannabis industry, male owned, and it's not like that now. Like, statistics changed a lot over the past few years.
Oh, they have.
But it's that stigma, and now this is emphasizing that the power of cannabis women, or women in cannabis, they're powerful. It's a lot, and
there's a lot of us.
It really is. It's dominated.
We're sitting at a table full, right? So I'm glad we got on this, because it's kind of it's that top. It's a dark topic, kind of, right? It's scratching the surface.
I will say, just to be on a positive note, I do feel like it's gotten better.
Yeah.
Since it was legalized here in 2018 to now, oh my gosh, it's definitely gotten a lot better.
Yeah.
So I will say that.
And for me, and I'm such like a tomboy that I've never had a problem like running with the boys.
Yeah, same.
It's more of like I have trouble with the women thinking I'm not a bitch.
Which one is better?
Oh,
That was
really good.
I agree. And we both run into that.
That was really
She's very nice and I'm very edgy, and it's like when I come in and I want to talk, it's like if we're talking business, I want to get to fucking business. And I'm at it. I'm at it like a man.
Do you think?
And sometimes I get where some women are like, dang, you're a little too much. I'm the first one to be on your team. I'm the first one to be on your team, but I am the last one to grab you a tissue if you want to cry.
And
it's not going to happen from me.
Are you ever?
She will.
Have you ever been called a bitch when really you're just being a boss?
Yes.
Yeah. A lot.
Yeah.
You're just putting your foot down.
Oh, yesterday.
Right?
Yeah.
And I think that's the biggest thing with women in this industry too, is we're misconstrued and we're looked at, oh, well, she's being a bitch, and no, she's being emotional, when really, no, we have a standard.
I'm processing all the things. I'm looking at the details, and I'm telling you how to work it out. And it's no offense. And I love that part of women helping women. You have to. Some women can take that as you're stepping on my toes almost. Why do you think you're better than me? And it's it's never that. It's I see where we can fix it, and I know you can help me fix it, and we can fix it together, and it's fixed.
I like the no drama zone.
Yeah.
So it's like
we're stronger together.
I come from this strong family. I already told you, and then I'm military also.
I'm a military baby. My mom did 20 years.
I was one of the first. I was one of the first 10 women to work on F-14, so I had to step into a big role at a young age. It's always been that way for me.
The more she talks, the more she makes of her personality. I get you now in this energy.
So I crack it.
Yeah, you do. And she's like that. When you around Tess, she is very literally like that. Dog, I get it though. It's a lot that shaped you like that.
So it's not that I don't want to hear you cry. It's let's cry later. Let's get the job done right now. I come from let's write a SOP. Let's do it. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. So then we're at 5 and we're done. Then we can talk about it later.
It's never
let's just
I'm
get
not
the job
overpowering
done. I'm not a
you,
bitch. I'm
empowering
direct.
you.
Yes.
Not overpower, it's empower.
And I'm in your face about it. If I care about you, I'm in your face.
That's a little bit of overpower, empower.
Now slow down, Mama T.
And for me, my experience was always running. I ran development projects. I oversaw the project for the tribal nation. So everything that I've done in my life, I've always overseen teams of men.
Yeah.
So I've always been the woman in charge of all the men. I've never actually had a team of women. Honestly, I fit right in. I fit right in. I always run with the boys too, and I'm just so used to that. So I am mama. So I'm not Mama T, but I'm mama. But that builds that character. It builds that strong energy that you need to get things done, and I think we both empower that together. So
I think so too.
Well, I got a 2-part question for you guys. What's next for SmokeSesh? And then tell my listeners about your journey with Bayfest.
Oh, hey.
Big fast, yeah, big ups.
Yeah, tell
Mikey
us
Beats.
about that.
No.
Oh, well, I'm lucky enough to have been friends with Mikey before he was associated with Bayfest. I'm an ex-raver, was in the underground, was a dancer, and he was a DJ. And they helped build Sleeping Giants, DJ. So that music portal that they created, Mikey Beats and Fresh One, is really what inspired me to create Smoke Sesh. It was like, well, if they can create a DJ portal, I can create a weed portal. Why not? I'm already seeing my homies did it. And so that idea developed even before Mikey got involved with Bayfest, because I've been working on Smoke Sesh for almost 5 years, the concept of it. So Mikey and I have been friends for a really long time. So again, when all of these lanes and I didn't know what I was gonna do, I was like the irritating girl from the past, like, hello, I'm with the DJ. Hi, I'm with the DJ. Can I bring in 20 models? And he's like, yeah. It was actually easier for me to just bring in a bunch of hot chicks than to say I want to bring in the media company now.
Right.
So Mikey, though, has really like put us to the test, made us step up to the plate. You know, gave us assignments for what we had to do. So this last Bayfest 3 days, I think we slept like 6 hours.
Yeah.
Total.
Because we filmed all day, went to the after party and filmed, then went home. And I had to teach these guys how we did it in Vegas. Like, there's no sleep. If anybody's pictures are up before us, then we are not the best. I need your picture of the day. I need your 10 favorite. The shot of the day I need in a story. And that worked because then Taylor Gang picked us up at Big Fest.
I was literally editing till 4 a.m. on all my photography. Like,
Oh, you did that? You did a great. You guys.
well, my
did-
own pictures, yes.
Oh,
we have
okay.
we have
have
three photographers and a videographer.
Nice,
so.
nice.
Nice.
You guys did a great
cameras,
job for
yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. That was amazing.
Hey.
That clip was
Did you get to
amazing.
meet him?
We were all backstage with him. Yeah. And Be Real. Yeah. I've been knowing Luis for a while. So.
No shade, no shade. But do you think you could outsmoke him?
I could go toe to toe.
I'm not afraid. I have faith in this girl. I know she can,
I'm not
'cause
afraid.
We both can
Love to see
outsmoke
it.
a lot
Love
of
to
people.
see it.
And what's next? We're working on a global project called Eco Reggae Fest. Yeah. It is my little passion project after Smoke Sesh. So I'm building a baby after a baby. But it's a project out of Ghana, so out of Africa, that brings awareness to sustainability and destruction of humanity.
Yeah.
And it's going to start next September in San Diego. And then we go 6 regions in 6 months.
Jeez.
So we go San Diego, Ghana, Costa Rica, Tulum,
No sleep.
Jamaica.
Hey, you know I'm a
Say
black
that.
Are you coming to the
Another
Jamaica?
flight.
You know we bringing you, Deontay.
Feel me?
But our idea is to go in 3 days ahead of the festival, build a small village, have the festival, leave a music school, go to the next region, return the next year, build again or create, and just keep this
Cycle.
ball rolling of don't talk about the change you want, be the change.
So, that was a great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a gavel on that. That was a great.
I know, right? Drop the mic on that one.
What's valuable to you have is your mouth. If your rap is strong, it can't go wrong.
Yeah, but what if your rap is strong and the shit still go wrong?
But that's not possible.
Topics and solutions.
Back with Cannabis, OGKB, Tess, Nori, Smoke Sesh Entertainment. We're gonna do the top. We're at the topics and solutions segment. Excuse me, Risa, can you please take it away?
Yes, I'm going to try after all that. Yeah. I'm going to try. We're going to be talking about the Mandela Effect, named after Nelson Mandela. I did find this cited from BuzzFeed, and so it's very something that we've heard before, the Mandela Effect. One of the prime examples, if you're a Star Wars fan, would be Luke, I am your father. And it is one of the most famous movie quotes. It's quoted everywhere. It's a joke, but that's not actually the line. And so the line actually goes, no, I am your father. So it's a little different, but it's definitely not how you remember it, but you're not alone. It's just an example. So there's many, many more types of Mandela effects, like Flintstones, perhaps. So the Mandela Effect is a phenomenon where many people collectively, I can't speak English.
Yes, you can.
Misremember events, historical facts, and pop culture. Like so many fans like me, I love Star Wars, and I even quote it wrong a lot.
Me too, yeah.
It's just, it sounds familiar, rolls off the tongue better, like I am your father.
It does.
But it is something that happens in the brain. It's just mismemories kind of going off of the like crazy. So it happens in the I cannot speak. It happens. It happens in the hippocampus.
You're doing great.
Like you almost had me saying hippopotamus. Like
post-production.
It starts in the hippocampus, y'all.
And I don't even know what that is.
I don't either.
I don't know what that is.
What is hippocampus?
It's like, you know, it's that little hippo,
part of the brain.
the cute little hippo. No, I'm kidding.
Okay, I'm like, what?
It's the part of the back of the brain that helps you cognitively
You
put
actually
memories.
know
Memories. It's
Yeah.
your memory
Oh.
section.
Because I'm a psych major, like in my true trade, yes. So like I love the brain. So figuring out where this phenomenon was coming from was racking my brain.
You learn new things
Every day.
I was starting to think it was a California thing, like how we don't pronounce T's. Like Flintstone sounds better than Flintstones, but it makes sense because of Flint to start fires.
right.
So I was like Sacramento
Okay.
kind of thing.
What about the Bernstein Bears versus Berenstain Bears?
Oh, that's a big one.
See, I remember it, but I don't. So
I remember
always go,
Bernstein. Am I tripping?
I go Bernstein because it.
I remember Berenstain.
Really?
And which
I
would make
remember
more sense.
Bernstein.
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 Yeah, Bernstein Bear. That's a yes.
Okay. Fruit Loops with a U-I or Fruit Loops with two O's? Yeah.
I remember two O's.
Okay.
No, fruit.
Fruit.
You
It's
lie.
Fruit Loops because
Isn't it?
it's like the taste of the
I remember a double O.
Oh wait, I'm thinking the
Yeah.
gummies.
Yeah.
I'm thinking the gummies fruit.
See, I'm thinking fruit like that too, like
You
fruit
know what I'm
gum.
talking about? I'm thinking fruit.
They said Kellogg's been spelling fruit like this for years, and we only noticed it now. Wowza. Okay.
Lies. No, I'm kidding.
This is I got two more. I've been waiting to ask everybody this: Jiffy or Jif?
Isn't it both?
I thought
I
it
was
was
gonna say.
Jiffy.
I thought it was like Jiffy is crunchy and Jif is
Jiffy?
smooth.
I thought it was Jiffy.
like-
Yeah, is it both?
I
Or
remember
is it
Jeff.
Skippy
I
that
remember
I'm-
Jeff.
Right. Am I
Sad,
mixing
Reese, I'm
Skippy with Jif? You remember Skippies back in the day?
The what?
Skippy peanut butter?
Skippy. Yeah.
Am I mixing those two?
You're
'Cause I
mixing
said
them. You're
Jiffy.
mixing them because Jiffy makes me think of Jiffy Pop. Jiffy
What
Pop
is
corn.
that?
So-
Yeah,
Oh.
that's true. Jiffy Pop the
Yeah.
little.
So yeah, Jiffy could have been mixed with Skippy.
That's just a Mr.
Jif and
Wowzer
Skippy.
thing.
Oh.
Okay, it's making sense because I'm a conspiracy theorist, so I had a view about Mandela Effect. I did. I'm
your own
they're changing
Mandela
our memories,
Effect.
yeah. But you might be right about that
This
one.
is all a
jump in?
direct result of
Yeah.
the CERN Super Collider.
Man. Okay, this is the last
We're
one
in
I could
different
not wait.
universes.
Sinbad was a genie. It was a comedian named Sinbad back in the 90s. I've seen it in every movie. Was he a genie? Do you remember that in the movie?
He was the original Shazam.
Shazam.
Kazam.
Kazam. Kazam.
Shazam.
Where
I was like, Shazam
but where
was
did
a
this
different
movie come
movie.
from, though? Was that a real movie?
Shazam, yeah, because
Yeah,
didn't they
Shazam
remake
was-
it?
Yeah, they did.
remade it. Shazam.
But that's a
I thought that was
superhero.
just something that Batman said when Robin ran.
No, there's a superhero named Shazam.
Bam! Shazam!
But Kazam was something different because he did do a movie where what
I don't know none of
Genie or
these.
something like that.
I need another blunt.
But I do remember when I was a kid, there
Same.
were Sinbad movies. It
There
didn't
was a lot
have
of them.
Sinbad.
Oh, a
It
lot
didn't
of
have Sinbad in it.
But there was the
But there
genie
were
guy.
movies that were Sinbad movies.
So
There
you
was the
think
genie
Kazam-
that was Sinbad. I remember the genie.
I heard. So look, check this
Yeah.
out. This one's perhaps the most bizarre of all. Several people can attest that they distinctly remember seeing the comedian in a movie called Shazam. Many arguing they're confusing this memory with the movie Kazam with Shaquille O'Neal as a genie. but who really knows? I looked it up online. I had to clear this up.
Tell us.
They actually did make a scene with him as a genie because of that rumor of him being in a Genie movie over Shaquille O'Neal's movie.
All because of the
because
that makes
Because of that
sense.
rumor,
That
right.
makes sense. Okay. Okay, so I knew my memory wasn't that wrong.
Yeah,
I know
because I have Kazam on
I
tape.
admitted mine was wrong.
Yeah, I love that movie as a kid.
my hippopotamus got me all messed up.
But that's Shaquille O'Neal. That's not Sinbad.
Yeah, right? You can
Who brought the hippo to the room?
right?
Oh my God.
OGKB, could you take us out with the conclusion, please?
Of course, of course. Well, as you can see, the above examples conclude that we cannot know for sure, for certain, why these large groups or why large groups of people share these fabricated memories, and that is in alignment with most of this research. But this gap in that knowledge has led people down various paths in attempting to understand it and research it. So, thank you, Riza, for bringing it up.
Thank you.
And Mr. Wowzer.
Trivia.
Well, I want to thank you guys for being on an amazing episode with us. Thank you guys, for real. I know I can't say too much right now. I want to thank everybody, all the listeners, for all the continued support. I want to thank my new guest host that's with me for season 2, Risa,
Thank
OGKB.
you.
Y'all did great.
Hey, thank you.
Hello.
OGKB brought candy, and I'm excited.
Yeah.
Happy
It is Halloween.
Happy Halloween.
TDOC, happy Halloween. We're out.
Kitchen, let's Netflix and get high. You feel me? I'll just
Thanks for listening to the Dodi Connection. Be sure to follow and subscribe whenever you listen to your podcasts. To read the blog associated with this episode, visit olismedia.com. This episode was produced in studios located in San Diego, California. Lena Alvarez is co-producer. Serving as executive producer and co-founder is JC Polk, and Chad Peace is president and co-founder. Olas Media is an IVC media company.
Olas Media. Or we could do something different since we used to the high life. Favorite meal whipped in the kitchen, let's Netflix and get high. You feel me?
Thanks for listening to the Dodi Connection. Be sure to follow and subscribe whenever you listen to your podcasts. To read the blog associated with this episode, visit olismedia.com. This episode was produced in studios located in San Diego, California. Lena Alvarez is co-producer. Serving as executive producer and co-founder is JC Polk, and Chad Peace is president and co-founder. Olas Media is an IVC media company.
Olas Media.